So I mean that's interesting, right? So I mean you're talking about push and pull, you're talking about the yin and yang. So and you're really big on
Right.
leadership in this spectrum, right? But every great leader, there has to be some downfall. There has to be negative. You wouldn't be a great leader if you haven't hit hurdles. So my next question is, if you can kind of testify to something that has happened, let's say in your last 30 years of building these businesses, the worst experience that you could imagine happened, but then you overcame it.
Well, I mean, I have a life of overcoming obstacles. I like to, one of my mottos is your adversity is your advantage.
Mm.
And not not hardly living through the first week or so of my life to somebody in authority announcing a curse over me, said I'll never be a speaker, public speaker,
Mm.
to having to learn to read and write all over again when I was 15, to um, when I remember my first job at PricewaterhouseCoopers. Started with a whole bunch of us, about 16 or 18 of us, and I finished the first evaluation, the bottom third of the class. I've never been the bottom third of anything, and so I realized I was reacting against and not creating towards,
Mm.
and just had a check up from the neck up and really change my whole attitude of creating towards things. And the next review, I was the top two performers of those same group. um Even in this coaching business, I got started and people stayed away from me in droves. So now this is true. This is I'm big into numbers, my friend. We built our first 100 clients, our first 100 coaching clients. That means simultaneously coaching clients, building my team. But we built that on a 99.75% rejection rate.
Hmm.
So we were flourishing in what most people would consider be a failure. And we did that through cold calling. Again, this is an ancient art that we read about in the history books. So I mean, every day, like right now, I'm in a challenge here of, we have these clients that a lot of them are, they're in a volatile spot, cash flow issues, whatever. And so, sometimes our backdoor of clients canceling versus clients coming in, that's been a challenge because we're so big that it requires us to have so many new clients coming in.
Mm.
So we're facing a challenge even right now. I'm just continuing to grow the number of simultaneous clients that we have. And we got some huge, huge goals on that. But, you're one psychologist, a dear friend of mine, said, either you're in the middle of a challenge, or you're just coming out of a challenge, or you're about ready to come into a challenge. So welcome to a life of challenge. That's, the best get better, because they look at life as not how long can I be without a challenge, but how do I behave and respond to the challenges that come towards me constantly.